Yogi, it's Bri, and welcome to 21-Day Yoga Sweat. In this practice, we will tone our booty. So if you need any of your props for your practice, feel free to grab them, and let's get started on your mat. Let's begin this practice on our backs. Go ahead and lie down, stopping to start this one in your Shavasana position. No matter what time of day it is for you, it's so nice just to lay back, close your eyes, and really settle into this moment. So take a deep breath in, sigh it out, eyes closed. Find your Ujjayi breath. And to your best ability, commit to being conscious of the quality of your breath throughout this practice. These ladder flow classes are continuous and strenuous, so we tend to forget, or I tend to forget about my breath. So just reminding you, and I'll remind you throughout the practice. Pull your knees into your chest. Open your eyes. You've arrived into your body, onto the mat. Apanasana, really just pulling the knees in, but sending the hips forward, finding a bit of elongation in the back of your body. Then bend your knees, flex your feet, take the knees out wide. Grab a hold of the pinky toe edges of your feet with your hands. Place your elbows to the inner knees and push the knees out wide. So we'll be working in external rotation of your femurs. So really taking the femurs out wide quite a lot today, because the glutes, your glute muscles, your booty muscles, are what help you do that. So your elbows are helping you right now push the knees out wide. Can you use your glutes, so squeezing your glutes together, to help you take the knees out a little wider? Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale out of your mouth, pull the knees down just a little bit more. Inhale back to center, Apanasana, knees to chest. And just rock and roll a few times up and down along the length of your spine. Just finding the base of the spine all the way to the neck. Place your feet down and stand with your feet hips distance in Uttanasana, forward fold. Fingertips underneath your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the spine, find a flat back. If you can't reach the ground, fingertips to your shins. Then from here, heel toe your feet just a little bit wider, so they're just as wide as the mat. Little bend in the knees, and exhale, fold down. Grab a hold of opposite elbows first. Push into the outer edges of your feet. That action is going to begin to turn on all of the muscles around the upper part of the thigh and pelvis, even the hamstrings. So as you push out, lift the quadriceps up and lean a little more weight forward into the balls of your feet. If you're looking for extra length, draw the ribs in, grab a hold of your ankles, and pull the crown of the head down, but still feeling your legs really engage as you push into the outer edges of your feet. Inhale to a flat back. Put a little bend in your knees as you exhale, and then inhale, slowly rock all the way up, or roll all the way up towards standing. Draw the shoulders up towards the ears, and then dropping them down the back. Toes facing forward, bring your hands to your heart and bend your knees into a squat. So toes forward, shift the weight back into the heels so you feel like your butt turns on. Bend a little bit deeper. Draw your belly in. So we're not trying to tuck the tailbone under, but just find a supported version of a neutral pelvis. Hands to your heart. Sit down just a little bit deeper, beginning to feel the quads work. And then straighten your legs. When you straighten your legs, I want you to push your pelvis slightly forward and really grip the glutes together. Okay, so a bit of a posterior pelvic tilt. We'll go back and forth between those two positions 4 more times. Bend your knees, sit back, and then straighten, squeeze your butt. So inhale, bend the knees, sit back. Exhale, straighten, squeeze your butt. Core tight. Inhale, bend your knees, sit back, weight in the heels. Exhale, straighten, squeeze your butt. Last one. Inhale, bend your knees, sit back, and then exhale, straighten. Turn your heels in, your toes out, and bend your knees, squat all the way down into Malasana. If you can't get this low, then fold the mat up underneath your heels or stay quite lifted. So first, use your elbows to push your knees out wide. If you're really flexible, even if you're not, I want you, as you push your knees out wide, to lift your hips up a bit. That's really going to work your glutes. Then start to really use your glutes to externally rotate, so to push the knees out wide, and see if you can hold it there without the elbows touching the knees. 3, 2, and 1. Fingertips come down. Step your left foot back to the ball of your left foot. We've already begun our first round. Okay, so in your lizard position, either flat hands or on the fingertips, push down through the ball of your left foot, roll the inner left thigh up, and spin to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Typically, we'll go and we'll use our right hand to push the knee out. We're not going to do that here. We're going to pulse 4 times. So using the glutes, push your right knee out as much as you can. That's 1, back into the sole of the foot, out to the pinky toe edge, 2, into the sole of the foot, out to the pinky toe edge, 3, into the sole of the foot. Exhale for 4, inhale to neutral, and exhale for 5. I don't know why I did 5, I said 4, but that's okay. And we'll step the left foot forward, squat back down into that Malasana, push down and stand all the way up, turning your toes forward, keeping that wide stance, moving to the other side. Hands at your heart, bend down into your squat, and straighten. 1, bend down, and straighten. 2, try to keep your chest up, down, and straighten, squeeze your butt. 3, last one, down, and straighten, squeeze your butt. 4, turn the heels in, toes out, squat down. You can use your elbows at first, pick your pelvis up just a little bit away from the ground, then no elbows on the knees, hold it. 3, 2, and 1. Fingertips come down, step your right foot back. Ball of the right foot on the fingertips or flat palms. Lift your inner right thigh up, pull the navel in. Angle your left toes out if they weren't already there, and then come to the pinky toe edge of the foot and really pulse that left knee out. Back to the sole of the foot, pulse it out. That's 1. Back to the sole of the foot. Exhale out for 2. Inhale. Exhale out for 3. Inhale. Exhale out for 4. Inhale, since we did 5 on the other side. Exhale, go for 5. Back to the front, stepping into your Malasana, standing all the way up. Turn your toes in. That was round 1. We'll move to round 2. Feet still a little bit wider than the hips. Then squatting back and standing up. 1, squeeze your butt. Inhale, squat, navel in. Standing up. 2, inhale, squat. Exhale, 3, inhale, squat, exhale, 4. Now for this part of the sequence, we'll need to maneuver on our mat a little bit, so just step off your mat just a tad. So left foot's at the center of the mat, right foot is off of the mat. Squat down into your Malasana. Bring your fingertips down and step your left foot back. So yes, your right foot is off the mat. Spin to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Push the right knee out wide. Just for the sake of flow, we're not going to do the reps. But you still feel your right glute really working as you push into the pinky toe edge of the foot. Left hand comes down. Spin to the pinky toe edge of your left foot and flip your dog over. Lift your heart up as high as you can and place the full sole of your right foot down. Drop the hips and then sole of your left foot. So both of your knees are bent. Take your right hand down underneath the right shoulder, fingertips facing your heels, and then the left hand. So fingertips facing the heels, push down through your hands, lift your hips up into a reverse tabletop position, squeezing your glutes together, engaging your core. Lift the chest, inhale, and exhale, lower your hips all the way down. Navasana. Pull the knees in towards the chest. Lift your heart up high. We're facing the back of the mat. Inhale and exhale, lower down. Ardha Navasana, holding it just for this round, squeezing the thighs together, even the glutes here, squeezing together, engaging your core. Inhale and exhale, drop all the way down onto your back. Bend your knees. Make sure your feet are hips width and distance. We're prepping for bridge pose. Feet hips width, shins in a nice straight line underneath the tops of the knees. Push down through your feet, lift your hips up. Work from shoulder to shoulder, interlace the fingers underneath your body.
Now, as you push down through your heels, lift the hips. We don't want to open the knees, but we really do want to feel the glutes engaging to bring the pelvis, the hips, into extension, right? So the hips up, ribs in. We're going to do 5 bridge lifts here. Drop your hips down. Inhale, exhale, lift high. 1, really squeeze your butt at the top. Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift high. 2, inhale. Exhale, lift high. 3, inhale. Exhale, lift high. 4, really feel the glutes at the top. Last one. Exhale, lift up, and 5. And as you exhale, under the interlace of your hands, drop your hips down, hug your knees into your chest, rock up, and jump back through your vinyasa. Finding that downward facing dog, facing the back of your mat. Grip firmly with your fingertips. We'll keep moving as we do need to move onto that other side and keep us flowing and breathing together. Look forward, take your feet as wide as your mat, turn your heels in, your toes out. Rise high to your toes and bend your knees. So I want you to come back into this position. Jump up and just clap your feet 1 time and land back down into that frog squat. 3 more times. Clap. Jump down, clap just once, come down, and then this time you're going to clap and land your feet around your hands in your Malasana. Inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Turn your toes in, and we're going to take those 4 squats. Lower down, lift up, squeeze your butt. 1, hands at the heart, lower down, hips back, weight in the heels, stand up, squeeze for 2. Lower down, hips back, stand up, squeeze your glutes for 3. Last one. Squeeze your glutes for 4. All right, yogis, now setting up for that other side, left foot off the mat, right foot to the center of the mat, squat down into your Malasana. Bring your fingertips down and step your right foot back. Now palms flat down, especially that right hand flat. On the mat, left foot is off the mat. Spin to the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Just really feel that left glute engage. Then spin to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Flip your dog over here. Lift your heart up nice and high. And now, what we don't typically do in flip dog, put the sole of your left foot down, bear weight so you can bend your right knee and bring the right and left foot into the same position, knees bent. Drop your hips, take your left hand behind you, fingertips facing forward, then spin the right hand forward. Push down through your feet, make sure that your heels are underneath your shins or your knees or your calves. Nice straight line, lift the hips up. Open across the shoulders, push down through the hands. Keep lifting nice and high. Glutes engaged here, core engaged here. Inhale and exhale, hips come all the way down. Navasana, just for a brief second. Inhale, exhale, lower down, Ardha Navasana, only holding it on this side for the last time. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your glutes, core in. Inhale and exhale, lower all the way down, knees bent. Bridge position. Feet hips distance, shins in a straight line. Lift the hips up. Interlace your fingers underneath your body. Draw your ribs and navel in and really feel the pinnacle of the pose. You're not externally rotating, so the pubic bone is not jutting high, but you're lifting your hips as high as you can into extension without moving the knees out. Then you'll feel the glutes and the hamstrings. 5 reps. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale, lift. 1. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 3. When you lift to the top, pull your ribs and navel in. 4. You've got it. Last one. Lift for 5. Undo the interlace of your hands. Put your hips down. Rock the legs up and down. Few times, maybe just 2 or 3, and then jump it back through your vinyasa. Now we're facing the front of the mat once again. Keeping it moving, taking your feet as wide as your mat. Heels in, toes out, look forward. Come high up on the toes, bend the knees out into a wide squat. We'll land back in this position. Jump up, clap your feet once. Land back down, squat. Jump up, clap your feet. 2. Jump up, hopefully you're having fun. 3, I am, and on that 4th one, clap. Land in your Malasana, hands to your heart, push down, stand all the way up. Turn your toes in, let's keep it moving. We'll squat 4 times. Feet parallel, sit down, weight back in the heels, stand, squeeze your glutes. 1. Sit down, stand, squeeze your glutes. 2. Sit down and back, stand, navel in, low belly in. 3. Last one, and 4. And preparing for the other side, step your right foot off the mat, left foot to the center of the mat. Squat down into your malasana. Bring your fingertips down and step your left foot back. Place your left hand flat down, push into the pinky toe edge of your right foot, spin to the pinky toe edge of your left foot, and flip your dog over. Sole of the right foot down, sole of the left foot down, both knees bent. Right hand sweeps around and down, right fingertips forward, then the left. Push down through the hands, lift the chest up, feel the pinnacle of the pose is where your glutes are really engaged, and then drop your hips down. Navasana, inhale. Exhale, lowering down, Ardha Navasana. I promised we wouldn't hold it, so coming into your bridge pose. We will do these reps, though. Interlace the fingers underneath your body. Lift your hips up really high, but don't let the knees splay out. Let's go for 5. Drop your hips. Exhale, lift. 1. Inhale. Exhale, lift. 2. You know you're doing it right when you get to the top of the pose and your glutes and your hamstrings are shaking. 2 more. Last one. And release. Draw your knees into your chest. Now this time, instead of rocking up and jumping back, we're going to rock up into Malasana. So turn your feet or your heels in, your toes out. Take your hands inside your legs. You're almost in a frog shape upside down. Feels kind of ridiculous, but it doesn't matter because we're just doing yoga. Then you'll rock your arms back with your legs and see if you can rock into Malasana. If you need to use your hands, go ahead and do so. Turn your right toes forward, step your left foot back, Parshva Konasana. Right fingertips down to the inside of your right foot, left arm up towards the sky. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, lean forward with your right fingertips. We're at the back of the mat. Stand tall on your right leg, lift your left leg up into your Ardha Chandrasana. So I love Ardha Chandrasana, especially in a booty class, because you really do need to use your glutes to stabilize a pose. It's not the only thing that you use, but here, if you tend to turn your right toes in and you feel like you're really struggling with the balance, if you draw your right hip back and into the midline, you're really going to feel that stable and engaged position. Now, challenging the balance even more, no fingers on the ground. Bring your shoulders parallel to the ground, warrior 3 position. Just for ease with this transition, bring your hands to your heart. Bend your left knee. Take your left knee behind your right knee and start to slide your left knee all the way down. Then take your left ankle towards the back of your right heel and sit all the way down. Okay? So it's a bit of a weird position. You can see it. You can look at me right now. Back of or top of that left foot behind the right heel. So your left leg should be in a 90-degree position. Now I'm going to take my right leg back. And this shape, 90-90, has been showing up a lot in yoga because it's actually really terrific for the mobility of your hips. So you want both legs as much as possible in a 90-degree position. Left shin in front of you, 90 degrees. Right leg towards the outside of your right hip, 90 degrees. Sit up tall. If you need to use your hands for these transitions, you can on the ground, or hands to your heart, just like what we've been doing. Rotate towards center, so you end up in a Malasana shape. Then go to the front of the mat in 90-90 on the other side. So now your right shin is in front of you, your left leg is out to the side. We'll do 3 more of those. Back to center, and back to the back of your mat. Really feeling the range of motion of your femurs in your hip socket, right? So we're going into internal rotation, back to neutral, into external. Last time. Good. Now rotate to the back, or to the front of the mat, really. Make sure you're on your mat. I've kind of moved off of mine. And step your left foot in front of your right shin. From here, stand tall on your left leg. Pull your right knee into your chest. Hands still at the heart. Inhale. As you exhale, pull your navel in. Now, flex your right foot and externally rotate your right leg. So it's as if you could just come into a pigeon position. Your right foot should kind of cross the front of your left leg and your right knee out to the side. Then take your right leg out to the side. External rotation. We're going to internally rotate. So the right heel goes behind you, and then take your right leg back behind you and bring it back to center. It's going to be quite hard not to move your pelvis. We'll do it again, but try your best just to make it about the femur. Right leg out in front of you, right knee out to the right, like a figure 4, then external rotation, squeeze your glute, then internal rotation, very hard for me, then back, knee to knee. One more time, up to center, out to the side, internal rotation, back into extension. Okay, last little bit here. Bring your right leg up again. Take that somewhat external rotation without abduction, so we're not taking the right leg out to the right. Then bend your left knee and see if you can place your right ankle on your left knee without using your hands. Bending even deeper into a figure 4 position, reaching your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, fold over your right leg. You can stay here if you're feeling kind of tired and you don't want to do anything. Just stay here in the stretch. If you want to take it into a flying pigeon, go ahead and place your right shin on your triceps, lean forward, and you might just stick with the left heel up. If you can send the left leg back, more power to you, and then take it back through your vinyasa. Downward facing dog. That is the flow, yogis. Great job. Now we need to move through the other side. Take your heels in, your toes out. Look forward. Rise high onto your toes and bend your knees into this strange-looking squat. Feels quite good, actually. Then jump up, clap your feet 1 time, land back down. 3 more. Jump up, land back down. 2 more. Jump up, land back down. Last one, jump up, and in Malasana. Stand all the way up to standing. Turn your toes in, feet parallel. We'll do those 4 reps of the squat. Sit down, hands at the heart. Stand up, squeeze your glutes. Sit down, navel in. Stand up, squeeze your glutes. 2 more. Sit down, try to sit a little lower. Stand up, squeeze your glutes. Last one. Sit down, stand up, squeeze your glutes. So we're getting to the other side. Now we know the full sequence, so hopefully it'll be quite fun and fluid. Stepping your right foot to the center of the mat, your left foot off of the mat. Bend your knees into Malasana yogic squat. Take your hands down flat and step your right foot back, ball of the right foot. If you're confused, you're not alone. Just follow me because I think I know where I'm going. Spin to the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Really push the foot out so that the hip is really working. Then spin to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Flip your dog over. Lift your heart up high, sole of the left foot, sole of the right foot. Then sweep your left hand behind you, fingertips facing forward. Switch to the right hand. Lift the hips up. Feel the contraction of the hamstrings and the glutes underneath you. Lift your chest up. Inhale. Exhale, hips come down. Navasana. Inhale. And exhale, lower down, Ardha Navasana, nice and controlled. Bridge pose, drop your head back, lift your hips up, interlace your fingers underneath your body. Find that feeling at the top of the pose where you feel the contraction of the glutes as well as the hamstrings. Now let's go back there 5 more times. Hips down, inhale, exhale, lift, 1. Hips down, exhale, lift for 2. Hips down, exhale, lift for 3. Hips down, exhale, lift for 4. Last one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift for 5. Great job. Hips down, undo the interlace of your fingers. Pull the knees in. Flex your feet like you're in a happy baby without your hands. Interlace your fingers between the body. Rock back first, then rock all the way up into your Malasana yogic squat. Then from here, place the hands down. Step your right foot back into Parshva Konasana. Heel to heel alignment. Left fingertips down, right arm up towards the sky. Push down through your feet. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. So reach forward, slide your right toes up, lift your right leg up, standing on your left foot. Like I said, on the other side, Ardha Chandrasana, the stability in this pose really comes from the engagement of your glutes and everything else underneath them. Right? So as you lift the quads, begin to feel the outer left hip draw back and in towards the midline. Breathing here. Then making it a little bit harder, look down, see if you can lift your left hand up off of the ground, and then windmill into that warrior 3 position. Pulling your right knee in, standing up tall. Finding that stability without using your hands. You might just bring your hands to your heart center. Take your right knee behind your left knee and then begin to slide it all the way down, trying to hover right before the ground. Right before you touch the ground, take the right ankle behind the left heel and sit all the way down. So we're starting in that 90-90 position. Your right leg is already there. Send your left leg back behind you. Doing a few rounds of this 90-90 back and forth. So first to center, then back to the front of the mat, then back to center, back to the back of the mat. So what you're feeling is you're coming to center, then the right knee comes down, the left knee opens. Really feeling those difficult movements for your hips, which is internal and external rotation. Keep moving. So important to keep mobility, especially as yogis, where I was looking for flexibility. It's really not as important as mobility. Okay, one more time, and you're going to end your reps facing the front of the mat. Make sure you haven't wiggled off the mat, because I sure did. Your left shin should be facing forward. Take your right foot in front of your left shin. Maybe you use your hands, maybe you don't. Stand on your right leg. Pull your left knee into your chest, standing tall. Lots of this mobility stuff, so hands to your heart just keeps your hands from wandering all over the place or helping you balance. Okay, from here, open your left knee out towards the left. Flex your left foot. It's like you're doing a figure four, but you're not quite there yet. Then take your left leg out to the side. Internally rotate. Try not to let the hips move too much. And then take it into extension and back to center, which is knee to knee. So up into a figure four-like position. Out into abduction to the side. Internal rotation. And then back to center. Two more. Up, external, abduction, internal. If you're thinking about taking a training, these are good things to learn. Last time, up and into just external rotation. Now, without using your hands, hands to your heart, bend your right knee and place your left ankle over the right knee. Whew, my glutes are burning, so are my adductors and the inner thighs. Then once you get there, sit back. You'll feel your left glute say, thank you so much. And you might just stay here in the fold. And then once I vinyasa, you can join us in the vinyasa. If you want to take it into that flying pigeon, take your hands down, left shin as high as you can onto the triceps. Pull that right foot up and maybe extend it back. Vinyasa. We'll take it back to downward facing dog any way that you can. Keeping it moving, taking your feet as wide as the mat, heels in, toes out. Look forward. This time, since it is our last round, we're going to do this twice, right? So meaning we want to try to clap our feet twice. Bend the knees, squat down, jump up, clap 1, 2, and down. Good, clap up, 1, 2, 2 more. Clap up, try your best, twice with a clap, and then jump forward after your 2 claps into your malasana. Stand all the way up and turn your toes in. All right, yogi, so many different transitions. Let's flow through on each side so we really get that sweat element, that ladder flow element. Let's do it together. Turn your toes in, okay, and feet parallel, hands at your heart for a lot of these exercises. Bend your knees into your squat and stand up, squeeze your butt. That's 1. Squat, stand up, really finding the engagement in the glutes. Good, last one, squat and squeeze. Then step your right foot off the mat, left foot to the center of the mat, heels in, toes out, squat down into your malasana. Take your hands down, step your left foot back. Left hand flat, push to the pinky toe edge of your right foot first, feeling that right glute engage. Reach your right arm up, spin to the pinky toe edge of your left foot, flip your dog over. Once you get there, heels both flat, knees bent, right hand down. Turn your left fingertips forward and lift your hips up. Open the shoulders, 3, 2, and 1. Hips down, come into your Navasana and lower down. Ardha Navasana, straight into bridge. Lift your hips up, interlace your fingers. Inhale, lower down, and exhale, lift for 1. Inhale, lower, exhale, squeeze at the top, 2. Inhale, lower, exhale, squeeze at the top, 3. Inhale, lower, exhale, 4. Inhale, lower, exhale, 5. Undo the interlace, lift your legs up. Find a happy baby upside down, hands to the center. Lift all the way up into your malasana. Then right toes forward, right fingertips to the inside of the right foot. Find your Parshvakonasana. Rise up into Ardha Chandrasana. Or sorry, this is reverse warrior. And then Ardha Chandrasana. From your Ardha Chandrasana, balancing without the fingertips on the ground, take your airplane warrior 3. Bend your left knee behind your right knee. Take your left ankle behind the right ankle and sit all the way down. Right leg behind you into your 90-90 will come through center and over to the other side. Just moving straight through it. Step your left foot in front of your right. Stand tall all the way up, right knee to your chest. Hands at the heart. Externally rotate your right leg. Bend your left knee. Place the right knee over the left. Over to the top of your right shin. Either hold here in your figure 4 or take it into your flying pigeon on that right side. Inhale and exhale. Take it back through your vinyasa. It's not important if you don't think it's important to do those arm balances. It's really just how you're feeling today. Heels in, toes out, rise to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, and we'll do double claps. Clap twice, land back down. Clap twice, land back down. 2 more. Clap twice, squatting down. Last one, clap twice. Malasana, hands to your heart, stand all the way up. Whew. Turn your toes forward. I'm going to move straight into that last side. Feet parallel, squat down, stand up, squeeze your glutes. Squat, stand and squeeze. Squat, weight in the heels, stand and squeeze. Squat, stand and squeeze. Step your right foot to the center of the mat, left foot to the outside, heels in, toes out. Squat down into your malasana. Fingertips come down, step your right foot back, place your right hand down and push into the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Then to the pinky toe edge of your right foot, flip your dog over, sole of the foot down, both knees bent. Come into that reverse tabletop position, core engaged, puff the chest up, lift the hips, 3, 2, and 1. Navasana, inhale, exhale, Ardha Navasana. Bridge pose, lift your hips up, prepping for the last time we do these bridge lifts. So important for you if you love back bends. These reps are great for your body. Drop your hips down and exhale, lift to the top. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Feel that squeeze, feel the shake. 2 more, exhale, lift. Last one. Exhale, lift. Undo your hands. Come into that unsupported happy baby and rock back and up. From here, turning your left toes forward, stepping your right foot back, heel to arch, left fingertips to the inside of your left foot, right arm up, Parshvakonasana. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Ardha Chandrasana. From your Ardha Chandrasana, balancing without the hands, squaring the shoulders and the hips, bending your right shin behind your left shin, sliding all the way down. Right shin forward, left shin behind you. 90-90. Come to center and then to the front of the mat. Stepping your right foot in front of your left, standing up on your right leg, hands to the heart, left knee to the chest. Externally rotate. Not as easy on this side. Figure 4 position. Either stay here or find that final Ekapada Galavasana. Vinyasa back into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. You made it. Sigh it out. Sit down onto your shins. Send your legs out in front of you. Find a cross-legged position. Right shin in front of the left. Sit up nice and tall in your Sukhasana. And exhale, fold it down. Just feeling the hips here. You work them quite a lot, both in the strength and flexibility and mobility aspects. Then inhale, lift up. Switch the cross of the legs. Fold down. Deep breaths. And inhale, lift up to seated. Send your legs out towards the front of the mat and lie all the way down. Great job, yogi. Let your feet drop open, your hands by your side. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. Allowing your eyes to close, allowing your practice to come to an end. Stay here in this Shavasana for as long as it serves you, and come back and practice with me soon. Namaste.